Okay, and let's see what happens. It's setting it up. All right, and there we go. We are almost there. We've got to wait for the ad to clear.
Thank you, Craig. Looks like we're live, so.
Awesome, awesome,
Craig,
awesome.
Craig, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can. Yay, Craig!
Thank you so much. All right, everybody, it is time. Welcome, welcome to Mastering the Science of Getting Rich, Chapter 5. And this is with Robert Hollis, of course. Today's chapter, Chapter 5, is Increasing Life. Oh, what a follow up to yesterday's The First Principle of the Science of Getting Rich. And now we're going to learn about increasing life. And this is, again, I know I've said it before, ladies and gentlemen, but this is the beauty of this book. Chapter by chapter, step by step, we go into the right direction to get to what is the science of getting rich and how to do it. And to help us get this going, who else but our amazing mentor, our friend-tor,
Magnificent.
magnificent, I'm sorry, our amazing, magnificent, wonderful,
No, I want
stupendous.
you to go magnificent, master the science of getting rich.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
there we go.
We got the script for you in front of you, the words you're supposed to say, Craig. Magnificent. I mean,
Oh, so I can't riff anymore, right?
okay.
All right. Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is the magnificent master of the science of getting rich. Give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis.
That worked. That worked. I mean, the hair is standing up. So the first thing I want to say is thank you, Craig, and thank you so much, Matthew. And I'm telling you guys, in my entire life, the stuff that I experienced yesterday on our mastering the science of getting rich, chapter 4. I'm telling you guys, if you don't watch it, and Lisa Marie helped me with something. We were just going back and forth on something. And Lisa Marie probably doesn't understand what I'm going to say right now, but it's going to hit her. So before we go into this chapter, I'm just going to say this part. I'm not going to teach on it. But how many of you are really, really struggling with working on becoming the right person? You know, we got personal development. We got fear in our mind, and we don't know how to move forward. We need to become the right person to be successful. You know, that's one of the themes, isn't it, behind personal development, that we got to work on us? How many people agree that that's not an easy thing? Okay. So Lisa was sharing that with me, and I'm just going to throw this idea out, and I believe that it's going to come out someplace in the book. What if the only way, the certain way, the way, is that you become the person you're supposed to be becoming by setting your goals to help somebody else achieve what they want to achieve? You're already the person you're supposed to be. You already got all the tools, you got all the creation, you got the universe and everything. And so what we do is we sit around saying, I can't get this, and I think the wrong way, and my mind's bouncing around, and I'm ADD, and I got all this stuff going around. I got to get this all fixed before I can help somebody. And so Lisa reached out to me, and I said to her, if someone called me right now, say it was Craig. And Craig said, I can't explain, but Robert, I've never really asked for your help like this. And I need your help. I need your help. I said, Craig, I'm on my way. Craig's in California. I'm in Montana. I'd be on a frickin' airplane right frickin' now. It would be the first flight out. If it wasn't one going tomorrow, I would take a private plane. And all while I was going to see Craig Jackman, I would not know. I would not. I wonder what's going on. I hope he's okay. I hope his family's okay. I just could hear the concern that he had. And he means so much to me that I don't know if I'm capable. I don't know what it is. I just know I'm on my way. How many of you guys caught that? So see, I'm on my way. I don't know what it is, and I'm going to figure out when it gets there, and I'm going to help Craig figure this out. I'm going to get, so that's a little different. Like John saying, you know, I don't want any kids in St. Jude Children's Hospital being alone while they're sick. I don't know what the hell that takes. That's what I'm going to achieve. So when you think of everything that's ever been invented or thought of or created, it was people with a thought that goes, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And don't get mad at me for saying this, but maybe personal development is a freaking trap. Maybe personal development is a trap. Have any one of you ever helped someone out with anything? Didn't people say, I need to figure this out? What are you doing? Well, I just need help moving this, or I have problems with my car, or what I need is I need this. Hey, I'm on my way. Why? Are you a professional painter? Are you a professional mover? No, I sure in the hell ain't, but we'll figure it out when I get there. We don't go into all that overwhelming and that thinking and that messing everything up. Confusion. How am I going to do this? How am I going to? So there you go. So when you focus on helping others get what they want, the universe can help you. Because you go into motion to help others instead of contemplating, to consider, to evaluate. Go home, talk to your parakeet or dog. You know what I mean? It's like we're always trying to be the best person we can be before we do something, instead of just trying to hook it to something that needs to be done and do it for other people and move forward. All right. Playing the chapter.
Chapter 5, Increasing Life. You must get rid of the last vestige of the old idea.
You want to share your screen?
That there is a deity whose will it is that you should be.
Here's your sign. I can't. Someone disabled me.
Oh, that's weird.
Watch how fast Craig disables me.
all of those mid-talk mutings are adding up now. He's
oh
back.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Chapter 5, Increasing Life. You must get rid of the last vestige of the old idea that there is a deity whose will it is that you should be poor, or whose purposes may be served by keeping you in poverty. The intelligent substance, which is all and in all, and which lives in all and lives in you, is a consciously living substance. Being a consciously living substance, it must have the nature and inherent desire of every living intelligence for increase of life. Every living thing must continually seek for the enlargement of its life, because life, in the mere act of living, must increase itself. A seed dropped into the ground springs into activity, and in the act of living produces 100 more seeds. Life, by living, multiplies itself. It is forever becoming more. It must do so if it continues to be at all. Intelligence is under this same necessity for continuous increase. Every thought we think makes it necessary for us to think another thought. Consciousness is continually expanding. Every fact we learn leads us to the learning of another fact. Knowledge is continually increasing. Every talent we cultivate brings to the mind the desire to cultivate another talent. We are subject to the urge of life, seeking expression, whichever drives us on to know more, to do more, and to be more. In order to know more, do more, and be more, we must have more. We must have things to use, for we learn and do and become only by using things. We must get rich so that we can live more. The desire for riches is simply the capacity for larger life-seeking fulfillment. Every desire is the effort of an unexpressed possibility to come into action. It is power seeking to manifest, which causes desire. That which makes you want more money is the same as that which makes the plant grow. It is life seeking fuller expression. The one living substance must be subject to this inherent law of life. It is permeated with the desire to live more. That is why it is under the necessity of creating things. The one substance desires to live more in you, hence it wants you to have all the things you can use. It is the desire of God that you should get rich. He wants you to get rich because he can express himself better through you if you have plenty of things to use in giving him expression. He can live more in you if you have unlimited command of the means of life. The universe desires you to have everything you want to have. Nature is friendly to your plans. Everything is naturally for you. Make up your mind that this is true. It is essential, however, that your purpose should harmonize with the purpose that is in all. You must want real life, not mere pleasure of sensual gratification. Life is the performance of function, and the individual really lives only when he performs every function, physical, mental, and spiritual, of which he is capable, without excess in any. You do not want to get rich in order to live swinishly. For the gratification of animal desires, that is not life. But the performance of every physical function is a part of life, and no one lives completely who denies the impulses of the body a normal and healthful expression. You do not want to get rich solely to enjoy mental pleasures, to get knowledge, to gratify ambition, to outshine others, to be famous. All these are a legitimate part of life, but the man who lives for the pleasures of the intellect alone will only have a partial life, and he will never be satisfied with his lot. You do not want to get rich solely for the good of others, to lose yourself for the salvation of mankind, to experience the joys of philanthropy and sacrifice. The joys of the soul are only a part of life, and they are no better or nobler than any other part. You want to get rich in order that you may eat, drink, and be merry when it is time to do these things, in order that you may surround yourself with beautiful things, see distant lands, feed your mind, and develop your intellect, in order that you may love men and do kind things and be able to play a good part in helping the world to find truth. But remember that extreme altruism is no better and no nobler than extreme selfishness. Both are mistakes. Get rid of the idea that God wants you to sacrifice yourself for others and that you can secure his favor by doing so. God requires nothing of the kind. What he wants is that you should make the most of yourself for yourself and for others. And you can help others more by making the most of yourself than in any other way. You can make the most of yourself only by getting rich. So it is right and praiseworthy that you should give your first and best thought to the work of acquiring wealth. Remember, however, that the desire of substance is for all, and its movements must be for more life to all. It cannot be made to work for less life to any, because it is equally in all, seeking riches and life. Intelligent substance will make things for you, but it will not take things away from someone else and give them to you. You must get rid of the thought of competition. You are to create, not to compete for what is already created. You do not have to take anything away from anyone. You do not have to drive sharp bargains. You do not have to cheat or take advantage. You do not need to let any man work for you for less than he earns. You do not have to covet the property of others or to look at it with wishful eyes. No man has anything of which you cannot have the like, and that without taking what he has away from him. You are to become a creator, not a competitor. You are going to get what you want, but in such a way that when you get it, every other man will have more than he has now. I am aware that there are men who get a vast amount of money by proceeding in direct opposition to the statements in the paragraph above, and may add a word of explanation here. Men of the plutocratic type who become rich do so sometimes purely by their extraordinary ability on the plane of competition, and sometimes they unconsciously relate themselves to substance in its great purposes and movements for the general racial upbuilding through industrial evolution. Rockefeller, Carnegie, Morgan et al. Have been the unconscious agents of the supreme in the necessary work of systematizing and organizing productive industry. And in the end, their work will contribute immensely toward increased life for all. Their day is nearly over. They have organized production and will soon be succeeded by the agents of the multitude who will organize the machinery of distribution. The multimillionaires are like the monster reptiles of the prehistoric eras. They play a necessary part in the evolutionary process, but the same power which produced them will dispose of them. And it is well to bear in mind that they have never been really rich. A record of the private lives of most of this class will show that they have really been the most abject and wretched of the poor. Riches secured on the competitive plane are never satisfactory and permanent. They are yours today and another's tomorrow. Remember, if you are to become rich in a scientific and certain way, you must rise entirely out of the competitive thought. You must never think for a moment that the supply is limited. Just as soon as you begin to think that all the money is being cornered and controlled by bankers and others, and that you must exert yourself to get laws passed to stop this process and so on, in that moment you drop into the competitive mind, and your power to cause creation is gone for the time being. And what is worse, you will probably arrest the creative movements you have already instituted. Know that there are countless millions of dollars worth of gold in the mountains of the earth, not yet brought to light. And know that if there were not, more would be created from thinking substance to supply your needs. Know that the money you need will come, even if it is necessary for 1,000 men to be led to the discovery of new gold mines tomorrow. Never look at the visible supply. Look always at the limitless riches in formless substance, and know that they are coming to you as fast as you can receive and use them. Nobody, by cornering the visible supply, can prevent you from getting what is yours. So never allow yourself to think for an instant that all the best building spots will be taken before you can get ready to build your house unless you hurry. Never worry about the trusts and combines and get anxious for fear they will soon come to own the whole earth. Never get afraid that you will lose what you want because some other person beat you to it. That cannot possibly happen. You are not seeking anything that is possessed by anybody else. You are causing what you want to be created from formless substance, and the supply is without limits. Stick to the formulated statement. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and, by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. Chapter 6. how riches come to you.
Okay. How many people like that chapter? You know, there's a couple of chapters in this book that are really, really good and self-explanatory. You know what I mean? When I first read this chapter, there's only a couple of things that really struck me, even though it's a lot of stuff in this chapter. But you know, I didn't believe that God or the universe didn't want me wealthy. Maybe some of you are struggling with that, and based on your belief, your programmings, whatever, you know, you think that whatever's out there is stopping you from achieving where you need to go. Like I started this Zoom this day. It's like everyone keeps thinking that they need something, that they need to become something. I got to work on me. No, it's already done. You don't need anything. Nothing's holding you back. How many of you know of people that say, I'm stuck. I just need this one thing. I'm missing a link in the chain. I don't have the right script. You see, everyone is stuck in the figuring out how to make something happen. Understanding that if they put a vision to where they want, everything will come to them and make it happen. There's every one of you that has done something. Listen to me closely. Every one of you that watched this video live or recorded has done something you didn't know how to do. And we're all adults here. Maybe some kids will watch this, but there's a lot of things that I didn't know how to do that I figured out how to do. No, I'll just leave it at that. It doesn't mean that I didn't have stupid thoughts. Like, you know, maybe I won't be good at this. Maybe, maybe I won't be good at this. You know, maybe I'll be a bad kisser. Maybe I'll be bad at this, right? You know what I mean? It's like, but we figure it out. We frickin' figure it out, because there's a lot of things that we don't know that once we move into that state of going into action, that it all becomes. It all becomes. And so the other thing I love here is this is the first time, you guys, that it brought up the whole conscious thing about being a creator instead of competitive. Constantly being in the whole world of, oh my God, you know, Corky, you know, Corky's not telling everyone the truth. You know what I mean? He's got billions of dollars, and he got people that know how to build a TikTok account, and that's why he's got 1 million followers on TikTok. You see what I mean? Because just like I said in another video, the incredibly beautiful girl that pulls up in the exotic car, we immediately go into that jealousy mode and try to put her in positions that we will never do, right? So she's daddy's girl, or, you know, someone bought that for her, or, you know, she's in the oldest profession in the world. She's an OnlyFans person. You know what I mean? Everyone that has something that we don't have, we have the first thought of putting some kind of judgmental thing and some kinds of labeling on those people, because that's the reason we won't do what they do, right? So comparitis is no different than jealousy. See, it's like you look at people and you just go, someone helped them out, or Robert's already been this way. And, you know, it's like we constantly do that to ourselves because of that competitive state. But when you find the heart of the thing, like John did yesterday, and he says, Robert, listen, when I was a kid, I was in the hospital and I found times when I was alone. And I don't want any other kid to suffer with that. And I need to find a way to make sure that people are always around people that are alone in a hospital like that. And I want to give a lot of money to the St. Children's Hospital so that children are taken care of and the parents never have to worry about the bills. See, when he says that, how many of you have two thoughts? That's awesome. I got to find a way to help him. See what I mean? And it's like, uh-oh, I don't have extra money to help John. That's another charity that touched my heart. That's another story that touched my heart that I can't do it because I don't have money. And you know why I don't have money? Because there's something wrong with me. I'm doing something wrong. I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm connecting with the wrong people. See, this all makes it okay. This makes it all okay. Instead of going, wow, maybe the people that are successful in this world actually thought, because I love the other part of it. Did you hear what he said about, the wealthy people that are going to be, it's funny, he wrote the book in 1910, and the people that he mentioned are no longer here. You know what I mean? But yes, we all know people that somehow seem to be able to use money in the quote unquote substance to make a lot of money. And then the rest of the world turns around and says, these guys don't deserve that kind of money. So money's not important. It's just everybody would rather they give that money to them. It's like, we don't want someone that has too much money, right? And when you hear someone like Elon Musk, which would be someone, or Jeff Bezos that fits in this category, Mark Zuckerberg, then all of a sudden you hear, and people don't hear it, where they go, listen, I already know I'm on the other side of money. That's why I already pledged 99% of my money to go to charity. I just want to know who's running that giant charity. No, I'm kidding. But it's like, they all signed over all their billions to somebody. I just want to know who that guy is and what he's doing with it, or what she's doing with it. But anyway, if you ever hear Mark Zuckerberg talk about where he's going with Meta, or, any of these people, they really truly believe in their mind and their heart, in their soul, that they're doing things for humanity. It's really crazy that Elon Musk, if you hear him, he's like, listen, people want to know how much I gave to charity. When I sold my last company, I split it in half, gave most to Tesla and the rest to SpaceX, and I didn't have any money. Because I know I got to figure these things out for humanity. See, and then everybody's going like, well, why isn't he giving more money to charity? Mark Zuckerberg believes that virtual reality and AR is going to help mankind. He believes in that. Now, these are the same people that were already told they were stupid for doing other things that they pulled off. You know what I mean? So people get mad and go, why do Richard Branson? Why do Jeff Bezos? Why are they all in this rocket contest? They're not in a rocket contest. They're trying to figure out how to get human beings from one place to another, anywhere on Earth, in less than 2 hours. Because whoever figures out commercial travel with rockets, where I can say to Rochelle, hey, listen, have you ever been to Paris? You ever been to Singapore? No, let's go. I can't take 3 days off just for traveling. You know what I mean? 20 hours there. 20 hours to recover. 20 hours back. 20 hours to recover. It's like people want to go to these places, and if you don't go more than a week, all you are is tired the entire time you're there. But if Rochelle and I could jump on a rocket, goes up in the air, and we go whoop, like a circus ride, right? And then all of a sudden it's coming back down, a little bit of vibration. Then all of a sudden it stops. They go, you're here. You're in Singapore. Get out, enjoy your day. We'll be taking off. That's their guys' goals. These guys are trying to figure out commercial rocket travel. So just like they figured out airplanes, all of us are pretty happy about that. It'd take a long time to walk to Singapore. It'd take a long time to get on a boat and get to Singapore. So that's all I have to say. This word also keeps coming up, natural. That if we can tap into nature and just be natural, we brought it up about talking about the baseball player, and that's the name, Natural. I will watch that movie this weekend. And so, because it came to me for a reason. I haven't seen it. There's got to be a good message in there for me. Is that, a tree doesn't sit around and go, I need to be something better. I need more personal development, and I'm missing something, and that's why I can't grow. So all of us have a natural tendency in us, whether we like it or not, to help another human being or help animals. So I will share one thing with you quick. In doing these, I tell you that they're for me. I appreciate you guys going along for the ride, by the way. I got a bunch of new friends and family members that are helping me on this new journey. And one of the things that I said to Terry today is I said, listen, have you heard of Mr. Beast? Biggest YouTuber on the planet, right? This guy makes millions of dollars a month. I said that, a month. So he starts out doing things to help other people. I'll show you how to get this on Minecraft. I'll show you how to get this on the game. And all of a sudden he starts making money, and he doesn't want money. He's not materialistic. So what does he do? He gives it away. And then his videos get more views, and he gives it away. And gets more views and gives it away. So right before I jumped on here, I thought I would jump on Mr. Beast and see what his most viewed video was. And I think it was 404 million views. And you know what he was doing? Taking a bunch of people and doing a modern day Squid Games. And so whoever wins gets $264,000. So he just decided to create that. And I only got to watch a little bit of it. So there was a bunch of people, and they're doing red light, green light, red light, green light. And because he's got money, he's had sensors on him. So if they went to the wrong command, they would just go boom and blow up and put stuff on them. So then they were out of the game. And so he's doing red light, green light, and whoever got across this line would be the rest of the contestants that go to the next level. How many of you wouldn't mind competing in something that you had a chance to win $264,000 and you wasn't going to get injured? I didn't watch the Squid Games, but I had to stop to jump on here because they said, now you got to take a cookie and use a needle, and you got to be able to make the pattern in the cookie without the cookie breaking. So, that how many people think that's difficult? You know what I mean? So, how would you like to have so much money that you had to create fun things for everyone to watch while you gave money away to people that needed it? And I went, I could do that with Terry and Hannah and Kyle. And we could just travel the world going, oh, this elephant place needs money. Go there, help them with the animals. And then, Hannah and Terry and Kyle got a different heart and focus than me and Matthew. So all my family can just travel around the world and give animal shelters and rescue places money to be able to make sure that they can help more animals. Wow. That's how I became a super affiliate in MDC. Asked my wife what she wanted to do, and I want to give a lot of money to animal sanctuaries. I want to help people that have a calling and a heart for animals, and I want to give them more money. Okay? Done, hun. Did you guys see what I was talking about at the beginning of this? I tell everyone that knows me really, really close, is I didn't do this on purpose, you guys. I accidentally tricked myself. I became a super affiliate in My Daily Choice and made 4.4 million because I was just trying to prove to everybody that I knew more than they did. Oh, you think you know this industry? Why don't you grab one of your kids or your spouse or grab a charity and run them to the top of the comp line? How many of you guys know that I've never received a dime? I, Robert Hollis, have never received a dime from MDC. I've never received a dime. The income goes to Terry and goes to Matthew and Hannah and to my son, Kyle. I'm not even on the payroll. Why am I not on the payroll? Because I'm not money motivated. If the money was coming to me, I'd look at my bank account. Well, I pretty much don't have to do nothing today. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. I don't have to work that damn hard. I don't have to do all this stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to help people. Yeah. I'll do 7 to 8 hours of videos a day. I got to jump on a video and do a video, and then I got to jump on an AMA and then do my Facebook Live and then jump on here and do this. Yeah. All day long. I'll do this for you guys all day long. So, Craig, got any words? Matt, got any words?
Oh my gosh. Matt, do you want to go? I mean, I know I have just a short, brief thing. Okay. He might be taking care of Rue and the new one.
Matt's good at being a secret agent.
Well, you know, Robert, I mean, this chapter was really, really nice I loved it because, especially given the times that we are in, and what you shared earlier today too about God saying, you know, that getting rid of God, the idea that God wants you to sacrifice yourself for others. And it's not just God, it's whoever you believe in. The bottom line is, regardless of whether you believe in God, Buddha, or whomever, that what the deity that you believe in, the universe, whatever, they just want you to make the best, the most of yourself for yourself and for others. And then you can help others more by making the most of yourself in any other way. Those are words exactly from this chapter. So yeah, it's like, wow. So it doesn't, you know, and that's where I know that, remember during, I think it was a couple of years ago when you had your other training, there were people that were doing the science of getting rich and they were saying, well, how do I incorporate my beliefs in it? Well, you still can. Just because it says God doesn't mean it's not the universe, Buddha, or whoever your deity is. It's the belief that you have, and it doesn't matter the belief as long as you are helping and doing things for others. And that the other thing too, like you said, the intelligent substance will not make things for you, or I'm sorry, it will make things for you, but it will not take away things from, or the same thing from somebody else.
Right.
And it's like, so there is enough out there for all of us if we find it, develop it, build and grow it. And
You
that,
you don't have to take an audience from somebody else.
exactly.
You know, Craig has been around me a long time. And when you think in the creative space, I know some of you might not like Justin Bieber. You might not like any of his music, but he has millions of believers. That's what they call themselves. You might not like Taylor Swift and her music, might not be interested in it at all. You hear about a bunch of people that couldn't buy a ticket and they're crying, you're laughing your butt off. Right? But She doesn't have to care what you think. She just has to be her and create her music and attract her tribe. She's not taking up any of Justin Bieber's fans. She's not taking any of Madonna's fans. Are you guys catching that? And when you start thinking about there's 8 billion people on the planet, and you go, well, geez, some of these people got like, I don't know, the Kardashians got 1 billion people. But that just means that there's 7 billion people left in the audience. So thank you, Craig. Really great point. Really good.
And if I just one more follow up too, Robert, please.
Please.
You kind of were going in that direction. I remember when I was doing radio, where people either liked Howard Stern or did not like Howard Stern because of what he said, who he was, and how he did it. And honestly, I didn't like Howard Stern. Okay, I'm sorry for those of you that do like Howard Stern, but I did not care for him. But the one thing that I respect the man for, which he did say, and he said it often, if you don't like me, turn me off and go find something else.
Yeah.
And that's not to say for you to stop doing what you're doing. It's find that thing that attracts you, that gets you motivated, that gets you going, and do it. So,
thank you, Craig. Thank you, Craig. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Who's next?
Well, I guess we'll catch up with Matthew in a little bit. I see many hands that are raised. Bill, Kai, Angela, Corky, Dana, thank you guys so much. And let's get started with Bill Shoemaker. Bill, please go ahead and mute yourself and share with us.
Thank you, Craig. You are awesome, brothers. Thank you for all you do. Yes. Robert, wow. I'm thinking maybe we should change the masterclass to the science of getting rich breakthroughs. I want to thank John for his emotional breakthrough, and Lisa Marie. This is incredible. I mean, it got me, and it got to me through my breakthrough as well. So I'm sure it does for a lot of other people.
Yeah, Jerome shared today that he got some. It's pretty neat that as we do this, is 2 or more gathered, there we are in the midst. It's like we're coming up with some stuff I've never heard before. It's funny. Some of you think I've done this training before. No, I've never done this training before.
So it's amazing. And so I can see where in my life where I've had the breakdowns in my thinking in a certain way, like eat, drink, and be merry came up. It's like, oh, I like that one, but I focused a little bit too much on that one. So anyway,
I think that we all, I maybe not all, maybe some people were, figured this out early in life. I think Kyle, my son, youngest son, figured out, he's so zen. You know what I mean? He's so zen. He's so full of joy. I'm always hearing him laughing in his room. And everybody believes that he should be doing something. And his response is, well, I could do what you're doing and be unhappy. Why do we all feel like, hey, Arthur, I got the perfect thing that you should do? And it's like, no, listen, I'm okay. No, this will be right up your alley. No. So thank you, Bill. Yeah.
Yep. And Robert, I've been doing lives every day and promoting you.
Oh, thank you.
And I had somebody I reached out to. He said, well, I've checked out your lives and you're not getting much likes or response, right? He was trying to sell me on how to do social media. But I said, I don't care. Doesn't matter. I like what I'm doing. I enjoy doing it. So that's why I keep doing it. So thank you for that.
Well, Bill, thank you very much. And I'll tell you, it doesn't make a difference how little seeds you plant, as long as you continue to focus on planting those seeds. And then everybody drives around and goes, geez, we've been driving for a long time and there's a lot of apple trees. Do you think this is multiple, orchards, or do you think it's just one? No, it's all the Shoemaker farms. You know what I mean? And then, people are saying, yeah, I remember when he was planting seeds and he didn't have any trees. See, no one gets to hear about the stories. And one other thing that I got to give to you, Bill, is, when we talked about that girl that wrote the song Daydream, you know what I mean? Don't you guys always hear that it's always instant success? Oh my God, it was like no one knew who this person was. And then all of a sudden, the thing I love most is actors. You know what I mean? So actors and actresses, they now become successful. And then you go on IBDM or whatever it is. And you find out, oh my God, they've been in like 20 things. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they're successful. And then people go back and watch their own movies. Well, it's just like music. You know what I mean? You get that one hit, that one that goes viral, and everybody goes, I love where this person's coming from. I wonder if they got any other kind of music. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden, all your other songs and all your other albums go back to the top. It's like, the best thought of residual income, and everyone doesn't like this. I wouldn't say everyone. See, she's got her fans, right? But Christmas comes around and it's like, am I going to have to hear this Mariah Carey song again? Oh, yes, you're going to. And then what do we hear? Well, the number one songs for Christmas again is Mariah Carey. What I want for Christmas is like, no, it's like, but yeah, it's going to take a while for some people to knock her off. You know what I mean? Why? Because she got the people that already loves her music. And then she's got the new audience. See, if the song keeps getting played, it's like, well, I like that song. No, you don't. I hate that song. So thank you, Mr. Shoemaker. That's awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Hollis.
All right.
Bill, thank you so much. And yeah, Melody Sit In here is like a 20-year overnight success.
Yes.
So, and as you like to keep putting it, Robert, practice makes permanent.
Yes.
So keep practicing.
Yeah.
All right. Kai, I see your hand is up. Go ahead, please. Unmute yourself and share with us.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, congratulations on your indictment into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was, I was very, very shocked. First Aaron Parker and now you. It was just like the universe telling me and giving me confirmation that I am in the right team, under the right leadership and mentorship at the right place at the right time.
Great.
So, but yesterday was like a very, very strange situation. Listening to John, your conversation with John, I suddenly just somehow decided to, I don't know what moved me, but I just lie down in bed, just soak up the conversation into my subconscious. And before you know it, I ended up waking up at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And the crazy thing was that out of nowhere, the sixth guided meditation came on in the middle of the process. Has that ever happened before?
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, when people talk about 1111 or 333 or 911, I even Googled this. Me and Matt were talking about this and we put it in the AI. We all know how powerful the mind is. And here's the best example. You say, I want to be unique. I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm going to be unique. So I'm going to buy this car in this color. Why? Because nobody has that color of car until you get it. And you want to see how powerful the mind is? You're driving down the freeway. It's supposed to be at speed limit, right? And you're driving down the road at speed limit, and then other cars are driving the speed limit. Do you guys know when you compound that, that's 120 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour? And how many of you have ever done this? wow, did you see that car? It's the same color as my car. It's like all these cars on the opposite side of the road. And you can go, there it is. There it is. That's your subconscious working, right? Here's the other one. While you're slowly going through the intersection, you don't know why you do it. You look down the road. Look at it. There's another car, just like mine. It is hilarious. And it happens in everything, believe it or not. If you're in a competitive nature, I got involved in this industry, went straight to the top of it, got in the top 10 of this industry. And then one time I sat down with a guy and they said, have you ever heard of Amway? I said, no, I haven't heard of Amway. Well, we're one of the oldest network marketing companies. There's other network marketing companies? And now, oh my God, now you got that out there. And believe it or not, I believe that's why a lot of people struggle now. Because that was before the internet. See, so I got to find out that there was competitors and other people that did this business by meeting someone. Now you go online and everyone's an expert. Everyone's a professional network marketing trainer or online trainer. It's like you used to at least need a website. Now you just need a Facebook profile. So now you got all these people that are marketing everything. And then we have the pandemic. And then on top of that, we have all the crypto scams. So it's like, wait a minute, I can do this at my home and I don't have to sell a product. It's going to take a little while for it to readjust that people need to be doing this for the right reason. So really good point, Kai. Super good point.
Kai, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Moving right along. I see Angela Castleman's hand raised. Now, Angela, I know you're driving. Are you good? All right. I want to make sure. Here's your, please go ahead, unmute, drive carefully, and please share with us.
We actually just got into the city we're driving to. That's hilarious. But thank you so much, guys. This has been awesome. And John, what you shared earlier today was so good. So good. Because yes, we are, when we're focusing on just the immediate, like our rent or whatever, it does become struggle. But I love this chapter because when I used to panic, actually, I used to be like, oh my gosh, I got to hurry and make money because there's not going to be any land left for me to buy, for me to build my house on. Like I used to think that way and panic like that. And then when I read this book, I was like, oh, so I can just chill. when it's ready, it'll be there for me. And so I really love that part of that. And God doesn't want you to sacrifice. And it's like talking about balance, right? About having a balance in your life. And so many people are so unbalanced because of how much workload they have and stuff like that. So it really helps in that mindset there. But I wanted to ask you, Robert, have you seen The Ultimate Gift yet? A movie?
The Ultimate Gift. No, I have not.
Yeah. So it's about a billionaire who dies and his grandson is set to inherit, but he has to follow a certain way of things before he can get his inheritance. And he ends up getting it when he takes his mind off of him and focuses it on something. I don't want to give it all away, but focuses it on something else. And then he's allowed to get his inheritance and then continues that way. Yeah, it's an amazing. When we were talking, I was like, oh, Robert's got to see that. That reminds me just of that movie. Yeah.
Thank you, Angela. If you can send
You're
me
welcome.
if you could send me the link, I'd love that.
I definitely will.
Yeah. Matt, I mean, my wife and I were talking about this morning. And again, we covered it a little bit yesterday. Dana, which is coming up. You know, I was explaining to my wife and I, in fact, instead of explaining it, I keep telling you guys all the time that you know, I'll give praise and recognition to where it's due, and then I let that person talk. I just don't get why people have to feel they have to give the message that someone else should be giving. So I asked her if she would like to hear what Dana said, and she said absolutely. And one of the things is you got to allow the universe again to give you multiple things and creating what you need to happen. And stop being, this is the way, this is my way. I never even thought about that. We're talking about the certain way, and other people would rather do it their way. Wow, that is like, and so the more things you can take off. And so my wife and I tell a funny story when we first moved to California that we didn't have any money. And so I drove a motorcycle every day back and forth to work ever since I was young enough to drive a motorcycle. So, and so this is what we did. We didn't have any money. So we would jump on the motorcycle and go down PCH, right? And while we're going down PCH, you're like, who in the hell is up there? It's like, this view is unbelievable. What do you think it is from there? Right?
Yeah.
And we used to talk about it all the time. In fact, I don't mind sharing this, but you know, the stuff that my wife and I did would put you in jail today. You know what I mean? because what we would do is find a way to, you know, put the bike someplace and then hike up to these places that were being constructed, and we'd go in them. You know, they're just newly constructed places, and you know, we stand up there and look at it, just sit there and daydream. Yeah. And the goals and the visions that Terry and I have had through our whole life of doing this, you guys, is oh my God, we over and over and over and over again, the universe and God has put us in places that were 10 times better than we ever visioned.
Love it.
Because we allowed that to happen. So all of a sudden, you know, when you got money, again, why do you need money? The science of getting rich.
Mm-hmm.
And the last place that we went and got, I'll never forget this. This is like years ago. So our first time that we moved to Orange County, I remember the guy saying, you know, we pulled first, you couldn't even see the place without getting a credit report. Mm-hmm. You know, you had to show a credit report. And the guy turns around and says, you know, your credit's not really strong enough to lease this house. And I said, I apologize for that. I know it's $20,000 a month. So I was just going to wire you $250,000 for a year. And he went, that'll work.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, if I'm going to pay a year in advance, my credit means nothing.
Yeah.
Are you guys following me?
Yeah.
And he said, did I hear that again? And I said, yeah, I'm sure you got some kind of deposit and stuff on it. So, you know, that'll be what, 260, and we got golden retrievers.
Mm-hmm.
How about an extra 10 grand? I said, so I'll wire you 270,000. Done. You're in.
Done. Yeah. I said that to someone once. I was like, if you have cash, lots of cash, and you have bad credit, it doesn't matter. You can get what you want still.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the money they care about. Yeah. In the ultimate scheme of things.
And once you get on the other side of money and you start paying the max payment on your cards, that's when you guys will see some crazy stuff happen. It's like you got $10,000 on a credit card and you put $2,000 on it and you pay $2,000 off. And then you put $3,000 on it and you pay $3,000 off. And then they give you a credit expense. So your credit goes, then you go to $15,000, then to $20,000. They just keep raising the limits on your card because they're going, hey, maybe if we raise it, they will buy something that they only can pay minimum payments on. So
You're like,
they're,
joke's
they're,
on you.
they're not stupid. So thank you,
Yeah.
Angela. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're very welcome. Oh, actually, that reminded me of that message I sent you with that businesswoman
Yeah.
about how she's like, we should work together. And I'm like, I don't see how we can, because I don't need business training. I get all my mentoring for free from someone who's been doing this for 36 years and has made 66 millionaires. And she's like, how much does it cost for this training? I said, nothing. And she's like, I don't believe you. It must be a scam. I'm like, whatever. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love you, Angela. Drive safe.
Love you too. Yes. Thank you.
Angela, thank you. And by the way, Arthur Wainio shared the link to The Ultimate Gift, and it's in both chats.
Oh,
So,
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
Arthur, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. And that's what's so great about this is we are helping each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I love about these masterminds. This whole concept. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching on Facebook, please hit the like button.
Facebook?
Did I say Facebook?
You did.
Oh. Rewind. YouTube. There, I did it again.
That's okay, man. We're doing something new.
Yes, it is. And it's exciting. So if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell that's near that subscribe button so that you get notification when we are doing these lives. And of course, please, please, please share this with everybody you know so that they can also join us and learn about how to master the science of getting rich. Corky, I see your hand is up. Dana, you're coming up. So let's go ahead over to Corky Quintet. Corky, please unmute yourself and share with us.
That's funny. It does say Corky Quintet. It's supposed to be Kinter. I got to change that. That's funny.
I'll remember.
Corky, thank you for coming on here. And I believe in you and I know you can change.
Thank you. Robert, I'm ready for you. I'm telling you. Let's see. I just feel the group really changing. I was going to play a song for you. That's Mariah Carey.
You got me.
That way. I just really feel something happening here. And I want to thank Bill, first of all, because he kind of got us started like this. I think that's kind of how it goes. Got us into going, and then John, and then Lisa Marie, and it's, I can't tell you, I cannot stop thinking 3 years ahead now. What's
I
going
know.
I can't stop. I can't concentrate when I'm reading because something goes off, something starts to happen, and I just feel something happening. I feel so blessed, so highly favored for this time in my life. And no, I don't have a bazillion dollars. When I started TikTok, I was making $1,600 on Social Security. That's all I had. And that was a year ago. And it was like, it's become life-changing money, but that's going away. But Robert came into my life right at the right time. But I can do this. I could keep doing this. When I was at the mission 12 years ago, I volunteered, but I needed a place to eat. But I volunteered to do that because I'm a recovering alcoholic and I've recovered. It's been 12 years for me. And then they said, Corky, we'd like you to come to work for me. But I was going to church and at the mission, had a little trailer that I got to live in outside the mission. I rode my bike back and forth through there, back and forth to church and then the mission. So when those doors were open, I was there usually serving people. Well, guess what? That's where I met my love of my life after being single for 10 years. Because I was serving there. Now I have young men, gentlemen in my life that call me regularly to thank me, to say, hi, how are you doing? I'm still in recovery. I have a new baby. I wanted you to know about it. And I can go on and on.
Yes.
So, and then TikTok came in just because my son said, Dad, you need to be on TikTok. And it turned into be a faith-based channel that I do. And that's why I dress like this, because this goes a little late, because usually I go on by this time, but I chose just to wait and do my lives. I do lives and people come on and I get to pray with them, talk to them, and just say hi to their kids and all that stuff. But that's all changing for me to where now, because it's become my day job, and that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Daydream.
No
job, daydream. You're fulfilling your daydream. Yeah.
Right. So part of this was when I went to Dallas was, to meet people, and I was hoping you were there, but you were sick, so and recovering from your trip. But the thing is, I got to meet, and I spaced his name, and I apologize. Introduced to the Zweigel Foundation director, Leon. And we talked for a long time, switched numbers. We're going to be doing some stuff. And that is the ultimate goal for me. Since I've been a Santa for 6 years, I've always wanted to do it for nothing.
Yes.
And serve those people, because I know the benefit from doing it. The other part of that is I'd like to help with the orphans. Believe me, my childhood, if I told you it wasn't pretty. I didn't have a father in my life. I watched my mom commit suicide. I could go on and on.
Yeah.
I could go on and on. So I have a heart for kids that are lonely, John, that I would love to go to the hospital and bring presents there. I would love to visit with those kids. I'd love to go to the orphanages and have all the money to be able to support that. And plus, I'm connected now because of TikTok with the actors and actresses for Hallmark movies. I did a couple benefits for them. So now I'm connected to all the ladies would know some of these names. If you watch Hallmark movies, some of you probably don't. So the stage is set, Robert.
Yep.
The stage is set. So now I want you to tell me,
Corky, do you mind if to give people belief that once you figure out something and you move toward it, over 1 million people that followed you on TikTok, correct?
Yeah.
Would you mind telling people in a ballpark figure how much you made by doing that?
I make probably on TikTok, I was averaging between $4,000 and $6,000 a month.
Just being Santa.
Yeah, in my little office that used to be an office. Now it's yeah.
Now,
I've done.
You guys know Corky. Corky, when did you and I meet?
Well, I knew of you from years and years and years ago. And then I signed up because Terry and I was, when you were a trainer, I was involved in that in the background. I think I bought some of your courses and things like that, but I knew of you when back 7 years ago with Equinox.
Oh man, that goes way back. That goes way back. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a part of that also.
The only reason I bring that up is I just I just find it fascinating that I keep running into business opportunities like this, because if you guys don't get this, I think that social media is a different game, you know what I mean? And it's unique. But if you really have a heart and a mission for helping people,
right,
you know what I mean? You can't do it for the money. You got to do it to give to people, man. And right, you guys see behind me, there's a lot of places in my life where I was competitive, right? And this trophy right here, there's 2 trophies. I think I brought this up on other shows, but there's 2 trophies that I've gotten, and one is from the Zweigel Foundation. All right. And when you start getting trophies from, charities instead of doing work, right? And then you start getting, awards like these, where this came from my family.
Ah, yeah. That is so cool.
So I don't think you should ask your family to give you a trophy, but if they do it out of their heart, you know what I mean? It's like, wow. And my oldest son one time did a video that I think Craig was part of, where he just had a bunch of people that were just wishing me happy Father's Day. And it was like all these people were like saying, you know, you've been a father to me and you taught me how to do this. And now my life is better. And I'm telling you guys what, just like I was talking about the homes and the lifestyle that I've had is way bigger than I ever could imagine. The accolades are the same way.
Yes.
You start getting in the right place and starting getting recognized but for doing things that just help people. And I'm telling you what, it's the most fulfilling thing on the planet. It is the most fulfilling thing on the planet. So, Corky, I love it. I appreciate you, man.
Right. One of the things that is that I tell the guys that I work with in recovery is because I've been blessed with so many people telling their story, and I'm in it in the recovery process. And that to me is such an honor when they tell their story and I get to be in their story. It just it's just a beautiful thing. And
again, you brought up something that sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah.
You know, the whole thing in the world is like, if you guys really look at this and just think on it on a spiritual level, think on it on every level, that what really inspires us is when we tell somebody else's story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all the disciples and everybody, you know, they're talking about somebody else's inspirational story. And through you sharing inspirational stories of people that inspire you, it should go from there directly to you telling inspirational stories of people that you help.
Mm-hmm.
See, what people do is they get stuck because they're telling all these stories and praise and recognition stories about people that were inspiring to them. And then they think, okay, I got to get to a place where I get to tell my inspirational story. And now you're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're stuck. Now you're constantly focused. And people even focus so much on them that they stop talking about the inspirational stories that got them started. Mm-hmm. See, so now they're not giving praise and recognition to somebody else. They're being the middle person.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to create an inspirational story for them, and nothing goes anywhere. And it's like, hey, listen, as long as you keep talking about you and not trying to find a way to talk about somebody that you helped, you will just continue to get humbled and humbled and humbled and humbled. And you guys know my personal story from, you know, being somebody that I thought I was to sitting in a, you know, federal, you know, prison cell to all of a sudden getting my ego out there again. You know what I mean? I'm a master automotive technician. I work for Roger Penske. I'm traveling the world. You know, I got to lubricate my head to get it through doors, you know, and stuff, you know, because my freaking head's so big. And then all of a sudden, wham. What do you mean I can't be a mechanic anymore? All right. So then I get network marketing, start getting accolades. The cake comes back. I don't know why we as human beings do this. You think he would freaking learn the lesson, right? And all of a sudden it's like, I'm a number one rep in this company and the company disappears. And then I'm number one rep in this company and it disappears. It's like, oh, what the hell is this all about? So been in the industry for 36 years, but you guys are talking to a guy that, you know, I had a nice Mercedes and it blew up and I didn't have any money to fix it. And I was traveling someplace to join a new company My wife is staying with her parents. All our stuff is in storage. And I'm homeless. Homeless with no car, no money. My wife and my 2 younger kids are staying with her mom and dad, and all our stuff is in storage. That's where I was in 1994, beginning in 95. It's like, well, why does this, I was going to say cuss. Why does this keep happening to me? And it's like the universe is going, I hope you're listening this time. So, I'm humble myself. I'm not the deal anymore. You actually get to a place where you go, okay, how about if I just go back to the place where I'm giving praise and recognition to somebody else and I'm nobody? And I'm thinking that the next thing I know, 2 people I trained, Mike and Tony Kupas, started ACN. I told them I wasn't interested in getting involved in their stupid company until they showed me documentation beats conversation. And both of them sent me down, showed me each a check for $750,000. That was their dividends for working hard for 3 years. I jump in that company, go to the top of the company, now #1 in the world. Dang it, it happened again. Now, some were my fault, and some of it was me just being open enough for God to shut one door and open another. Are you guys hearing me? It's like, so I told you guys, if you didn't hear the Noni story, I watched The Secret. I find the book, The Science of Getting Rich. And then I get a certified letter from Tahitian Noni Mirinda terminating my position. It's like, so some of you got to be really careful surrendering and asking the powers to be to take you where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
But if you surrender all and you say, I'm listening, I'm paying attention, tell me where to go, whatever you believe in, they're going to start shutting doors on that. Income's gone. That way's gone. That person's gone. It's like all of a sudden, it's like you surrender all, and it's like the universe says, hey, thank you very much. It's time to clean house. I've been waiting for you to do this. This is not an option anymore. This is not an option anymore. This is not an option anymore. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh. Okay, I surrender. Get a phone call. Hey, what are you doing in Fresno? I don't know. Can I take you out to eat? Yeah, what's up? I want to share something with you. Can you be master distributor of my company? I'll give you stock in it. And now I made $50,000 in 50 days. It's like some people hang on too hard. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I invested so much time and money into this, and this is who I am. I'm an auto mechanic. No, I'm a distributor. And it's like, this guy's like, hey, listen, let's sell travel. It's called Pro Travel Network. That's where the big blue one's from. You know what I mean? It's like, why can't I just be in one company forever? No, that company's not gonna that company's not gonna do it for you. You're gonna let me go, you're gonna steer me in the right direction. No, I put so much money and effort into this, and I want to hang on. I need to hang on to this identity. I'm not gonna let go. Crazy, isn't it? It's like, what's that story about? I know you guys have heard it, but floods coming and sirens go off, the dam is leaking, and the pastor's like, they pull out, hey, pastor, you got to evacuate. And it's like, listen, I prayed and God called me to this city to lead souls to him. He called me here. He called me here. No thanks. Water gets a little higher. Guy comes up with a boat. Hey, Pastor, Corky, get in. No, I already talked to God. He already told me I need to be here. That's where I'm going to be, right here. Right here. He told me that I was doing the Santa thing. Look at the money I made. I'm right here. Right here. Right here. Then all of a sudden he's on the roof. Helicopter comes by. Hey, Corky. Get in. We don't want you to die. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys that God called me here. I heard him speak to me. I'm supposed to be here. He's not going to let me die here. Then you're standing in front of the pearly gates. And it's like, God, why did you leave me or forsake me? I don't understand. I know I heard your voice when you called me to do this. I know it. And it's evidence. As soon as I did what you told me to do, look at the blessings you gave me. How would you allow me to die? Why wouldn't you help me? I sent you a 4-wheel truck. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. Why wouldn't you listen? I was trying to help you. I was trying to save your life. I got something better for you to do. Damn.
That's exactly how I was feeling. That's exactly how I was feeling. I was ready to shave my beard the other day after listening to John. Okay, maybe I need to go this direction. I was ready to do all that, but
you got a new character, Corky. I'm telling you this from my heart. My heart. There's a new character in you, and maybe even a character you've been hiding.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the Santa disguise is so the rest of the world doesn't really know who you are.
I'm a retired rodeo clown. What do you think?
So, you know what that was for me? Is when a doctor looked at me and said, are you a mechanic? I said, yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. You'll never be able to support your weight. You're not a mechanic anymore. Where do you go when your identity is stolen?
Mm-hmm.
That's a frickin' scary place.
Yes.
But for someone that's a Christian, they should just be a child of God. They don't need to be a mechanic. It's like, what character does God want me to play today?
Right.
You guys, when I got network marketing, I'll never forget, everyone in the world knows me as Bobby. Bobby. If you go back to where I grew up, everyone said Robert Hollis. Who's Robert Hollis? Bobby Hollis, the guy that stole the beer truck. The guy that stole the kick-ass party. When I made a commitment to this industry, I filled out a paper application that they were going to mail in. And Bill held it up and said, congratulations. Everybody welcome Robert Hollis to the team. Woo! That was the day my name was changed. Instantaneous. Bam. And I go, I guess I'm Robert Hollis now. Different person, different identity, different creation, different everything. Corky, thank you for pulling that out.
Thank you.
Some people have been playing in the wrong identity. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, is trying to put you in a new position. And you're like, no, I've been this person my whole life. This is the person I am. Come on. I got a whole new character for you. Way bigger than what you're doing.
Yes. That's what I've been feeling. That's exactly what I've been feeling. If I love you, brother. My white beard, I want to do it for free.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I thought it would be really cool You know, I have a mentor in the Santa business. I belong to about 5,500 Santas worldwide, and I've followed him for 5 years. And I thought, what a neat thing if I could do something with him someday to be like him. And he became my manager, and I'm in the top 1% of Santas out there. So I do believe that I can do some stuff. I just don't know how to step out of this.
Yeah, you do.
Other than, just a second, excuse me, let me back up. Yes, I do. With Bill, John, and Lisa Marie, and your guidance, I mean, that was the turnaround, absolute turnaround for me. So now I can't quit thinking about being a free Santa for somebody. So I can ask people, let's go do this. I have a mission. Robert Hollis has 25,000 kids he wants to help. Can you help me help them? Do you have that foundation put together? I'm in, Robert. I could preach this. People will.
I'll tell you what.
Me. I have a million people looking at me. I want to join your foundation. I can go there. I can do that.
It's time.
That's what I needed,
time.
John. That's what I needed, Bill, Lisa Marie. I needed that. I needed a place to go that stirred my heart so deep that I can't sleep at night either.
The Hollis Foundation will be formed immediately. I'll call my lawyers and stuff immediately.
I'm behind it. I'm in. And I can get every one of these to help go with us. Let's go, people. Let's put the toys together and let's go visit some places. If you're a dog person, I'll be behind that, but I'm more of the little kid. My wife loves dogs. We're either bringing in homeless into this house or a dog or two. That's what we do. We bring home, I have a room for homeless people.
Corky, I love you, brother. I love you, brother. I mean, yesterday we were talking about, what we wanted to do. And today we're talking about identity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, I know some of you are going to freak out, but I've been told I need to tell this. Becoming a Hall of Fame member. And then Eric Worre sending me a message. He was one of the people that nominated me and said, I'm going to get one of my people to reach out to you because we want you on our Hall of Fame as well. And me being so grateful for that is why my money on my bank account's on the wall instead of me being an MDC master. I totally believe that I'll hit master position in MDC, but my identity of being one of the best network marketers that ever watched this planet is no longer my identity. It's too small. It's too small.
Right.
It's way too small. It's like how many network marketing professionals make $8-9 billion? It's a great place to start, and it's been very, very good for me. But with me having 40 or more summers left, it's not big enough. Me being a master distributor is not going to generate the income of stuff that God's put me in headed now.
Wow.
So I'm not leaving MDC. I got this recorded, so don't be going out there and saying, I was just out of zone. Robert's done with MDC. I am not. Why? Because the position's in Terry's name. It was meant for her to generate the income she needs to go out and do what she wants to do for animals. So it's got to go to master. It's got to go to master. But now God's got me going this direction. Because the more people that I find that I can get them to understand that they're playing small in this world.
Yeah.
So small. And it's because they're thinking of their needs. And don't you guys find it interesting that we're focused on our needs, so we always struggle? Money is nothing but a tool. Money is nothing but a tool. And when you focus on you, like I did John pulled that out of me yesterday. It's like the higher power is going, why are you so ungrateful? I got you. Didn't I get Corky? Didn't I give you a glimpse of what I can do with you? Didn't I give you a glimpse?
Yes. That's why I'm here. I'm ready.
All right. So I gave you a glimpse of what I can do for you when you allow me. And for a while there, you were just like, I just like making people happy. And if they look at me as Santa and I can give them that inspiration and give them hope, that's what I'm going to do. All right. I'll give you 1 million views. Well, I didn't expect to make $4,000 that month on TikTok. I know you didn't.
Right.
See, if you hired somebody to teach you how to make $4,000 in TikTok, it would never happen. It was your kid that said, dang, Dad, you look like Santa. Let's put you on TikTok. You went, okay. All of a sudden, money's coming in, money's coming in, money's coming in. Universe and God says, see what I can do, Corky, when you step out there?
Yeah.
Okay. That chapter is done.
It is.
Now I want you to dress up like Einstein. I want you to dress up like Einstein and tell people, listen, you either believe that everything's a miracle or nothing's a miracle. So maybe the character is something else, or maybe the character is just you.
I've thought of that.
I love you, man. Thank you for give Corky a hand, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like
thank you so much. Get that foundation going. I'm after it.
All right. I got it. I wrote it. I wrote it down. I'm on it.
Okay.
Love you, man.
Love you too. Thank you, Robert.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much. I can't wait till Dana puts the icing on the cake here.
We all wait for Dana. We almost like we're scared, Katie. We're not going to say anything negative, but we might have to go with you first. So
I was just thinking the same thing, Robert. Yes. But before I go to Katie, because Dana, I know you're going to put a button on this that's going to be incredible. Corky, you reminded me of something, the way you started this journey, that is just as valuable as money. And if people have this, they don't think this way, then please think about it. 2-word phrase: sweat equity.
Mm-hmm.
Because you started, you gave of yourself, you went after it because why? You wanted to do this. And what eventually happened because of that sweat equity?
Right. I get
so it takes
every time I put it in the competitive mode, it's fallen apart.
Oh.
Every time. I used to own a car dealership. I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Every time I put it in a competitive mode, I've failed. It came apart every time.
Yep.
Well, that's why I surrendered. Not too long ago, right before this has kind of started, because we had talked about that surrendering. And when I surrendered, that's scary.
It is.
Because it happens. I surrendered to Christ Jesus 12 years ago, and my life changed completely. And I know what surrender is, and it means sweat equity. And I'm sorry to jump in, Craig, because I know you wanted to make a point. But when you absolutely surrender, you be prepared, because you got rocket jets to your ass.
Yeah, it's so sad that the more we try to control our lives, the more we struggle. The more I got this under control, it's like I got these responsibilities, and it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you, Corky.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Corky.
Craig.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
No, you did not interrupt. I just wanted to make a point. You brought it out further, and bless you. Thank you. That just kind of, okay, for like I said it earlier, that put a button on that right there.
Thank you.
All right, Katie. All right. Are you ready, Katie? Because we want to hear from you. Please open up and share.
Hey guys, I think Dana was in front of me, but hey, I'm going to make it super quick. So abundance is everywhere, right?
True.
So there's one salon in my little county here in little Maryland that does the fairy strands for hairs. You go and you get the little fairy strand. So guess what my LLC is? The Fiery Fairy. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to be there at the hospital adding free hair tinsel to all the nurses and all the kids.
Ah,
Get
yeah.
out of here. So I just want you guys to know when you are when your mind is there, you just can't say no to the things that come.
No.
I literally, Christ and cannabis, that's how I get through my day. I'm telling you. So
Yeah.
after a nice meditation and after a good strain, Northern Lights, amen. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm doing. There's not one little salon that's going to capitalize on the whole damn county. Get out of
way.
here. So hair tinsel for all of the hospitals, all of the staff, all of the kids, all over the world with the Hollis, Santa, John, Lisa, Craig, Dana, Bill, Rochelle, all of the people foundation.
All right.
Period.
So everyone agree with Katie that this is going to happen.
It is.
Okay.
I've got my tinsel right here, ready. Pick a
Okay,
color, any
cool.
color.
And we got to agree with Corky's identity. Everyone agree?
Agreed.
Okay, go. Go.
I love you guys. I am so proud and I'm so grateful and I am very honored and humbled to be growing and learning and getting vulnerable and just being real. It feels so good to just be around a bunch of real people with real life that want to be honest
Katie,
and
I don't know
grow
if
and
you-
give God all the glory.
Yeah, Katie, I don't know if you've ever heard me say this, but these are new recordings. So I always felt like, the first time that I seen, and similar to Corky and other people, you guys, I never even got to watch TV when I was a child. Think about that. And so people talk about all these shows they seen when they were a kid, and I didn't get to watch TV, and just went from foster home to foster home. And when I finally was at a TV, and I remember it was around Christmas, and people watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Mm.
And this chokes me up because I don't know, I was probably like 16 or 17 years old when I got to see that movie. And I'm like all choked up, and people are looking at me and go, "What's wrong with you?" And I couldn't explain to them that I was the misfit kid.
Mm.
I was the misfit kid from Misfit Island.
Mm.
So I wasn't relating to the rest of the stuff going on. And then it really got me when everyone started being mean to Rudolph, because the way they got mean at me is they like, "Where's your parents? Why don't you have a dad? Why don't you have a mom?" And so when all of a sudden they're mean, and Rudolph now gets to go to Misfit Island, and now he's around a bunch of Misfit toys. And if you guys know the story, you need to watch it, because the end of it was amazing to me. And because one day I'd be around a bunch of people that were misfits. People don't understand you. Oh my God. North Pole Nation, misfit. See?
Robert, I've got a video of Zerlene.
You guys see where that just pulls out of me?
Yeah.
It's just like, so when we get to hang around a bunch of other misfits from Misfit Island, and all of us feel like we're freaking misunderstood and no one knows us and we can't get to figure this out, it's because we all get to be misfits and hang around each other and support each other and plug into that all together and get to go out and find other misfits.
Robert, last thing, I have a video of my daughter. She was about 4, and she was singing the Misfit song for her Christmas production.
Wow.
I'm going to send it to you and it's going to make you laugh and probably cry.
Oh, no doubt.
Because her R's and her S's and just the 4-year-old.
Matthew's not on here. Matthew's not on here anymore. But one of my fondest memories is, you know, God, universe, whoever you wants to thank, you know, put Terry in my life and everything. Now there's someone. Terry is like from a Leave It to Beaver family. I didn't even know what the hell that was until I watched it. You know, the love and support, and her parents really ended up being my parents. But, you know, then I created a family that I was going to make sure they never felt the way I did when I was a kid. Right. Yeah. And so when Matthew was young and he just was learning how to speak, and he said, because he could tell how much joy I got out of it. And he says, when are we going to watch Randolph the Red-Nosed Naze-Near? And he still gets mad at me to this day. And maybe if he watched this video, he'd understand why it meant so much to me.
Zerlene still literally says you Nork, and I never want to correct her. Because it can be you Nork until however long you want it to be you Nork. Because you Nork is whatever we want it to be. Instead of New York. All right, I digress.
Okay. And just
I'm so grateful for everybody.
Just to tell a funny story. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this joke, but this dropped on me, where a bunch of kids were asked to name all the reindeers. And so people are saying, you know, Danner and Dixon and Blitzen, and, you know, I don't know them all. And then one kid raised his hand and said, Olive. And they go, there's not a reindeer named Olive. And he goes, the mean one. What are you talking about? Olive, the other reindeer, used to laugh and call him names.
How funny. That's amazing.
Olive is the main one, you know.
So now instead of the Karens, we can say bye, Olive.
Yeah, there you go. Love you, Katie. Thank you for sharing, man. That touched my heart. I see all these kids.
I can't wait. I can see us walking into the hospital right now. I got my whole tutu, my wig, my wings, everything's ready.
Yeah, we're all going to make so much money that we're going to be able to support each other and show up at these events.
Coast to coast.
And then we'll put them on social media, and everyone's want to be a part of the Misfit Foundation.
Do it. It's done.
Oh my God.
Let's do it. We'll be the MFers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. Damn MFers.
We're the MFers. What? Yeah, the Misfit Foundation.
I love you guys.
I love you guys too. Okay. Man, Dana, this will really go good into your closing. Here we go.
I think it was good that we went to Katie, because that was a perfect segue from Corky. Thank you, Katie. That was great. All right, Dana. Yep. Robert said it. Let's go to you. Please open up and share with us.
Well, this is one of the more animated sessions. I'm really getting into this. I can't wait for Christmas. By the way, Corky, do you know a guy named, or he's dead now, but Dave Oyen? He was a Santa and part of that same organization I think you were referring to. Anyway, but okay, so this chapter holds a kind of an interesting meaning to it. And like I said, I've read this chapter a couple, 3 or 4 or 5 times, dozen times. And it dawned on me one day when I was talking to another network marketing guy who kept referring to this as you have to be on the cooperative plane. He kept saying cooperative. And I said, no. It's the creative plane. And finally, I got it across to him by reading the book about 3 more times, really to see where he was getting that. You know, when Waddles refers to you are living, in my words, you're living on the creative plane, some people take that to mean that you got to create new ways to do things. So there's a competitor, you got to figure out how to do it better. The new ways to do things, that's not what it means, in my opinion. What it means is you are a creator of the means of elevating other lives. Now, why do I say that? Because if you go back in the history of Waddles and that time in which this book was written, it was right after the Second Great Awakening. The churches were on a rant. Poverty had been weaponized for fear, to justify people's station in life and make them rely upon the various denominations, and not saying that's bad, but in his time, he was competing against a philosophy and ideology that was completely fearful of what he was saying. He was an official in the Methodist Church. I think he was an elder. He might have been a minister, and they whacked him.
Wow.
When these philosophies started coming out of Waddle's mouth, he was gone. They couldn't deal with it. And what he was saying, and if you look in this book and read it, when he talks about the formless substance and all of the various definitions, his objective was to appeal to the broadest scope of people to get this in their heads and in their souls. And this chapter, as in our current paradigm, when we think about competition, you are not to be a competitor. What do we think? I mean, geez, some people think, well, how the heck are you supposed to compete then?
Right.
Well, so it's about elevating the lives of others. Now, you can go back to the Bible, you can go to the Torah, you can go to ancient Oriental philosophies and ideologies. Your job is to create life in others, to elevate it. And the reason for that is because in the hereafter, there is no competition. There is only joy, there is only love, and your job is to create as much joy and energy in the lives of others to perpetuate that, to grow that. And that's why when you do that, like Robert, stuff comes to you.
Yeah.
As soon as you start thinking about the competitors, what is competition? It is scarcity. And we talked about scarcity in chapter 2, right? There was chapter 2 when it was all the opportunity monopolized. That's all about scarcity. This is a reinforcement of that. You are not to think about scarcity and competition. You are to think about creating ways to elevate the lives of others, even if it's a freaking competitor.
Yeah.
And it is about looking beyond, and I'm going to use one of Robert's stories here, about breaking the board. That board, you can look at it as a competitor. I'm going to break that board, break that competitor. But you can also look at that board as merely a resource to make you stronger so that you can go through that board to what's beyond. What's beyond is your mission to elevate the lives of others. The board is just the resistance. It's not a competitor. It's a resource. It's resistance. So that was kind of the first basic thing I wanted to share. And the other, I made some notes during the conversation here. I want to go down and read them here. Yep. An authentic life of freedom. So we talk about freedom, right?
Right.
And we talk, and you were referring to Elon Musk and Bill Gates and some of these other people. They're multi-billionaires, and what do? They're out there. Some have foundations, but like Elon Musk, he gives money to Tesla, he gives money to SpaceX, and then he goes off to the next place to make money. He has created an authentic life where he can live his beliefs, his values, his purpose, his vision, his passions in a way that he creates to the world and serves humanity because of his beliefs and values. He created the life to be able to do that. And there are those who will criticize him because he's not throwing money at all these needy charities. What he's doing is creating the means for others to do that, if that's their belief and their values. You don't let that stop you. You have beliefs and values, and you have a purpose. And that purpose, which is stated in this chapter in a few words, your purpose must be aligned with increasing life. So that's why yesterday when Robert said, you can't make your purpose money. I want to make $3 million a year, because the universe looks at it and goes, I don't care about money. I want to make $3 million so I can help 25,000 children.
Yes.
Or so I can eradicate blindness in the children in Africa. Now You're elevating the lives of others. You're creating a positive environment. You're creating energy that resonates with the big U, universe. Now your purpose has substance. Your purpose has resonance. And that purpose, if you align yourself with it, then draws towards you, and you create the life that enables you to enjoy the things you want for having provided for others in ways that are both abstract and material. And the final point I want to make is in the hereafter. Your energy does not stop here.
Right.
It goes right on past you. When you croak, okay, fine. Your energy, your momentum continues right on out past the last ring. So that's my rant. I won't be here tomorrow. Our big band is playing a spring dance, so I won't be here. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no problem. No problem. Dana, thank you so much for sharing. I always get so much out of what you say. And yeah, the name of the title of this chapter, I'm sure that he put a lot of thought into it. And for those of you that sometimes have a little difficulty believing that you can live after this, I think I could close this out by sharing with you guys that that is really close to Jim Rohn. And in his end days, when we all heard that he wasn't doing well and that, that it wasn't going to work, I was blessed to be an individual that reached out and talked to him. And he goes, Robert, he says, never forget, you live twice. And I was like, excuse me? And he says, listen, he says, so I soon will be taking my last breath on this planet. And that's when this body will disappear. And he says, but when you die the second time is when people stop saying your name. He says, Robert, push, push, push. Make sure that people never forget your name. And today we're talking about Wallace Wattles. Isn't that crazy? And for people that really want to do your due diligence on Wallace Wattles, the guy died. The guy died poor and a drunk. So the physical part of him didn't do very well, because when he wrote this, like Dana said, like other people that we've heard in other stories, that when all of a sudden you get a small part of awareness, it's like the other people don't like that. So the average people don't want to hang around misfits. So the best way, if the misfit starts getting a little bit of power, the misfit gets a little bit of a following, the misfit gets a little, inspires people, the misfit actually gets people to fall in love with themselves and a passion beyond themselves. The way to greatness is the service of many. I've always said, Dana, that people are constantly walking around this planet saying that they don't have a purpose, that they don't have a passion, that they don't have a calling, they don't know what they're supposed to do. I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. That you got to find a way to find other misfits and help those misfits. That's what you got to do. And so when you start thinking about what you can do to inspire and to give hope to other people, that's what's wrong in this planet. Right now, there's so many people so lost. They're so lonely. Everything we hear is for a large group of people, this is the worst time that they could have ever been on a planet. And why, in the midst of all that darkness, there's still light of a bunch of misfits that are trying to do something better. It's like every time someone wants to beat up Elon Musk, he goes, and he's not trying to brag. And he goes, how would you like to take half of your money, put it all into the advancements of electric vehicles? And then once you figure out what works really, really well, you put it on open source on the internet for everybody else to use it. My goal was never to have Tesla to be the largest car company. My goal was to get everybody off gasoline engines, diesel engines. So if he was trying to do it just to make money and to dominate the motive industry, he wouldn't have put everything he had on open source. A lot of people get pissed off at him because he's never delivered the Roadster. He still doesn't have the truck out, right? There's still all this stuff that he hasn't done. I believe that when everyone got invited to the electric car summit in Washington, D.C., and he wasn't invited. Can you guys imagine that? So the government has a EV, electric vehicle summit, and don't invite Elon Musk. And he's like, listen, I got everyone's attention. I got everyone's attention. It's now open source. I need to focus more on rockets. And I still don't know what his thoughts were with Twitter. But I seen him get mad at an interviewer the other day, and he goes, so are you the CEO of Twitter? And he goes, don't you guys understand anything? My dog's the CEO of Twitter. I don't know what the hell he meant by that. But it's like, listen, I just didn't like the direction that this social media was going, and I might not have all the answers, but I knew I could throw a wrench in it. And then all of a sudden the government stepped in and said, you can't just throw a wrench in it. Now that you caused all this problem, you got to buy it. Okay. But I didn't want it to begin with. I was just doing a funny. How many of you like to do a funny joke and you just throw away, $30 billion and it's really no big deal? It's like, my dog's the CEO. It's like, so I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Wow. I'm going to turn it back over to Craig. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And man, thank you so much for being a part of this.
This was totally amazing. And everybody who contributed, Bill Shoemaker, Kai Au, Angela Castleman, Corky Kinter, got it that time, Dana Scranton, of course, and Katie Sanders. You guys, thank you for making this even more. Matthew Hollis, I know you're away from us, but still, I give you props, man. You helped put this together. You are the solid rock and foundation to this. And, of course, to Robert, to you, bless you, man. Mastering the Science of Getting Rich would not be the same if you were not here with us to share your insight, your knowledge, your guidance, and you. So, bless you, man. Thank you so very, very much. For those of you watching on YouTube, got it right that time too, the links that were mentioned during this presentation are there. For those of you watching in Zoom, it's very simple to get those links. You just go ahead and click on the 3 dots that's to the right of the 2 button where the chat is. There's the directions. Then you click on Save Chat, and at the end of this presentation, all of that information will download to your computer so you have it right there. Do that now. So, thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. We love you. We appreciate you. Until tomorrow, please be good to yourself, be cash, and bye-bye. We're going to open it up for everybody to say goodbye.
Hi, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Let's go. Family. Rock and roll.
Eric,
Later,
Angela,
misfits.
John, Andy,
Bye.
Eric,
Bye.
Jim,
Bye.
Dustin,
Love everybody.
Barry.
Take care, you misfits.
Thank you, Guido.
Misfits rule.
Thank you.
FLM.
Love you. Hi, Nelda.
These are the best misfits on the